Okay, we're back out in the garage doing our Facebook Live. Welcome, welcome. So we're doing Facebook Live March 7th, 2019. Today's subject is... No, really, we have reached the finish line. Hey, Jose, welcome in. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. Let people start coming in as usual. I'm out in the shop again. I've been working out here today, so I figured I'd shoot out here. It's nice and toasty. It's not packed in ice out here anymore like it is in holy Mackerelville. Let's see here. Doesn't look like Jose was able to make it. He didn't stay in the room. So, anyhow, reception's kind of gummy out here today, so we'll see what happens. The weather, when it starts snowing, it doesn't really affect the Wi-Fi network out here, but when it starts raining, it does affect the Wi-Fi network here for some reason. Don't know why. Anyhow, all I know is the shop is a lot warmer than it was last week because it was packed in ice. There was 3 feet of snow on the ground out there, and it's been raining for a few days, so our snow is going away. And it just started snowing again about 5 minutes ago. So, saw some reports from down in town that's flooding. In Sonora, it was flooding on Wednesday, which was yesterday. I'm sure the flood's not gone away yet because the snow and ice is still, or the water and rain is still coming down off the mountain. Happens all the time when we have big snows like this. So, anywho, had a really eventful week. Things have been going really well. Carol and I have been working our little fannies off. We have a little eBay thing we like to do, and that's been keeping us busy. So it's been going okay. And just getting ready to, 20 days from now, I fly away to go pick up my RV down in Texas. So I'm sure it'll be more than ready. Weather will be great. Everything will be fine. And it'll be beautiful. I'm sure it's going to be a fun trip back. So anyhow, what I wanted to talk about this week was the upcoming event and how that how we've reached a finish line. Basically, we've reached the finish line. Is the journey over? No, not by a long shot. We're not going to stop doing gatherings. We're not going to stop promoting the work. We're going to take it to a different level, obviously, because we're going to be having a little more angelic assistance. When we bond with the angels this year at the event, you'll be able to take them home with you. I'm sure they're going to come to the event with you every year as you come, till we get the 144,000 people. Everything will be going. Tanya made it. Hey, cool. It just started snowing here again. We had dirt all over the yard. Now we're getting white again. So looks like a few people have snuck in. I can't see. I didn't get notifications on who's in here, but it says there are people in here. I know Jose's here. My wife's here. Who? Tona. Yeah. Tanya. So anyhow, really busy week. Had a great time doing listings and having just a lot of fun doing stuff. It was really nice to get out of the yard and get into the yard without snow being in the way. That's always a benefit. So anywho, registrations, we're still, I believe we've passed the 70 mark. I met a couple of people this week that have read the book I know because they were texting me as they were, discovering things in the book when they were reading. Anyhow, they devoured it in a couple of days, and they decided they want to go to the event. So I'm assuming they're going to be signing up soon. Go ahead and give them the links to that. But they're figuring out their gifts, and they had announced they were doing their baptisms, which is cool. Hello, Eliana. Good evening. Hope you're having a good night. Gotta bounce. Love y'all. Okay, Tanya, have a good night. That's all right. We're recording this, so you can watch the rest later. It's probably gonna be a shorter one tonight. There's not a whole lot going on. I was busy doing other things this week, having a nice time sourcing, doing research and stuff like that, and we found some really cool stuff for the house and for what we need to do. I got some stuff for my booth that's coming up this June. I'll be having another booth at the event. Except for this time, not only am I going to be having the stars and healing tools and stuff like that, I'm going to be doing a lot of hands-on healing work. And last year I did some, and it went pretty well. This year I'd like to do a lot more. I really enjoy doing that part. So we'll look forward to that. And I'm feeling a lot better. I don't know that I have the cough as much as I did the last few weeks. Anyhow, I sure am ready for some sun and some warmth. It got warm in my place yesterday to where it felt like it was, springing on us, starting to do the spring thing. And it was kind of nice. I do like the cold because you can always warm up. It's harder to cool down. But anywho, talked to Joe a couple of times this week. He really didn't have a lot going on. He had his daughter with him this last weekend. I'm very sure he enjoyed his time. They were bottling stuff up the last time when I was talking to him. They were talking about bottles and stuff, so I'm assuming they're doing oils and getting that stuff ready. I know he had some tuning forks that one of the sevens needed by this weekend, and he got those out right away. Rick Welton, I'm hoping he's teaching, or he's selling stuff. I don't know. He's a good teacher too. Brings a lot to the table, and he's been doing this a long time. And he follows the instructions, which is all you need to do in order to teach this stuff is follow the instructions the angels gave us. And boom, all of a sudden you're a wonderful teacher. And a powerful person. Okay, I'm going to have to speak up because Eliona can't hear me. And this is the really quiet lady that says she can't hear me. If she can't hear me, I'm being quiet. Okay, so I guess I'm not projecting my voice as well as I could before. So, there you go, you are back. Okay, so I'm projecting my voice instead of mumbling into my cup, as my wife would say. So, again, really not a whole lot going on this week. I was talking to Joe about the 50 gates and the tones and things like that, and he says you don't really need all of that stuff. The main thing about the 50 gates is to just do them. Don't answer the question as if you think you have to answer this question. What you're answering is to yourself. You're telling yourself the answers to these questions so that you're creating more of a self-awareness. So that might make it less difficult for you if you look at it in that fashion. A lot of times, we'll look at it and we think we need to literally answer these questions as if it's like a test or something. It's not a test or anything like that. No one else is going to read what you say. Anyhow, just take it as you know. It's the more you work on this, the better you will get at it. You know, this is I don't know how many times I've gone through it or attempted to go through the 50 gates, and each time I learned something different about myself. I haven't started going through the 50 gates as of yet. That was in a shed that was snowed in for a little while, and then, well, first I didn't get to it, and then it was snowed in, and now it's like time to get that shed opened up. So we'll get the 50 gates. I'm thinking about doing it just before the event, and have it finished at the event. So might even do it again, you know, beforehand. Cindy Parfit's here. Hello. Welcome, honey. It's probably snowing up in your region too. It's snowing everywhere else. So, talking about how we've come to, well, okay, so when Michael said the race has been run and the finish line is in Colorado Springs, you know, what he meant was we have been working for all of these years to raise our vibrations so that we can greet the vibration of the angels that are coming to bond with us this next June. Okay, so we've come to a place where we can do this, and when you come to the oh, good, you guys have warm weather. Good. When we come to the event this year, the vibrations are going to be such that if you haven't been gathered and you haven't done any of this stuff, your vibrations are going to be brought right to where they need to be. So you don't really have to do much of anything other than show up. It would help to read the book and do your baptism. It would be very helpful to know what your gift is if you're getting gathered. Other than that, if you can, find a gathering before the event. So, and Linda Edwards is here. Hello, Linda. So that's what's going on with the event. And as far as the most important thing is to get there. And don't worry, you can. Just put it in your heart and you will go. You can move mountains. You can do anything you choose. Anything you set your mind to, you can do it. And this is an important one to go to. I know I'm going. I always like to go. So, anyhow, I've gone to everything I can get to. Am I in Texas? Cindy? No, I'm going on the 27th of March, so it'll be a couple, 20 more days until I go. And then I'll be, Cindy's asking if I'm in Texas, and I'm not in Texas. I'm in my garage, or no, I'm in my shop, and we go there on the 27th. So we'll be coming back that weekend. I got some stuff to do the next week. I need to be back here by the next weekend. Oh, maybe she was talking to Linda. It's in 70 degrees. I haven't talked to Joe today, so I don't know what it's like there. Oh, no, Cindy thought I was there. No, not there yet, the 27th. So, hello, Denise. Welcome in. Just having a little chat about upcoming stuff. Things you can do before the event, of course, is go through the 50 gates and tune your chakras as much as possible. Drink water, good structured water. If you know how to do the blessing, the water blessing, do that. If you have one of the water stars or one of the water diamonds, use that. If you don't have one of the water stars or one of the water diamonds, go to angelicgate.com and get one of the water stars or one of the water diamonds. They're available there. What that does is it puts life force into your food and your water, so you can give yourself more life force coming from water as well as food. So that's what you need in order to raise your vibrations, is life force. And those things provide those things for you. So go to angelicgate.com. It'll tell you about what the stuff does. Order it to your heart's content, and I'll ship it right over to you. Other things we could do, of course, the Shekinah blessing on Saturdays is a common day to do it. Again, you don't have to do it on Saturday. You can do it any day of the week. The instructions for the Shekinah blessing for the home is on beatpeace.net. Yeah, the stars work really well in the coffee maker. I put my star in my Brita filter water thing, and then we have them in the dog water, and then I have them in various places wherever water is used. We have a water jug over here. It's got one right underneath it. Big sucker. And it's neat to watch the water, settle and stuff, and it becomes bubbly at first, and then of course the bubbles dissipate. But when you fill the water the first time, the star usually gives it a little bubbly, not like a carbonation or anything, but it's oxygenating the water. So what it does is it's pushing it's pushing biophotons, and then it puts life force into whatever you're treating with this. And you can use it on yourself, you can use it on your animals, you can use it on your food, your obviously water. Anything carbonated, it'll make flat, because it makes it so your body can absorb this stuff, or absorb the nutrients from the foods that you're attempting to use. If you're into spirits or into drinking, it really does amazing things to whiskeys and tequilas and vodkas. I'm not participating in that anymore. I drink enough for everybody. I'm all done with that. Wine, red wines, it works really well with. Calms the tannins. As one of my the scientists that was researching or testing it said, it turns $2 Chuck into $40 Chuck. Yep, wine and whiskey. You're darn right. Kind of takes a hangover out of things if you're not going to abuse it. Don't overdrink and don't drink too much. I don't recommend drinking at all, actually. It's not really good for your body, So anyhow, but it does do some cool stuff to alcohol and spirits. Not much for beer. On beer, it does takes the tinny taste out of lager, and that's the only thing we found was it makes lager taste better, but it also takes the carbonation out of the beer. So there you go. Anyhow, really cool experiment you can do with it with lemons and things of that nature. It makes cranberry juice not tart or bitter, makes coffee not bitter. It does a lot of different things. So on the website, they give you more information about that. So Lee Feather just showed up. Hi, Lee. How's everything over there in Georgia? So just a few more months when we get to hang out together for real. No more just watching me on the screen. You can come to the event and see me in person. A little more active than I am on screen, but usually out in the front yard somewhere hanging out with everybody else. So I like to socialize and hang out, and I'm very approachable, so if you got questions, come up and see me. If you want to just hang out, come up and see me. I'm with the cool kids, so I don't know if they're the only cool kids. We all end up in the smoking section because we all smoke cigarettes and whatever else is lit up in those places. So anyhow, so I was talking to Joe earlier this week. He didn't really have a whole lot going on. Didn't really go over much to do with the event, other than we are starting with the volunteers and whatnot. We're starting our weekly or monthly conference calls. They get weekly as they go along. Right now, I think they're monthly. We were going to do the first one on Sunday. We didn't get to it because they changed the PIN number on us. And next week, we will be doing our conference call for the volunteers at the Children of Light a grand gathering this year in Colorado Springs. So if you are interested in doing something like that, contact us on Facebook on the group there and say, hey, I want to volunteer, and guess what, we'll send you a link and you can do that. So wow. Oh, we're springing forward this weekend, so we're gonna get more light. Yay! Hopefully we'll get more sun. I looked at the whole weather pattern for the next few weeks, and we're going to get pelted with snow again, it looks like. Let's see here. Cindy Feather. That was cute. Cindy Parfit says, I'll catch you on the replay. Talk to you soon. Okay, love you. Lee Feather says, Alabama at the moment. Yeah, I will have to go back and look. Okay. I don't know. I was just talking weather there for a second. And Dana Camp just showed up. Hello, Dana. So I believe we're reaching the 70-ish mark. I don't know if we've passed the 70 mark for registrations. Good idea to do that if you haven't. I know I'm registered, so is my wife. Funny story. I'll tell you guys about it at the event when you get there. So it's not something I want to put on this. So, and we're doing the volunteer discussion next week on Sunday, or this coming Sunday at 3 p.m. California time, 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Texas time, and then I think it's 6 p.m. in Florida. So, if you're on that, great. If you're not, don't worry. We're going to get it done. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about other than get yourself prepared for the event. Talk to as many people. We do have the book for free online at beatpeace.net and angelicgate.com. And you can pass that link around to all your friends. It's a real easy PDF. It's downloadable. They can print it even. Easy to read, and there's 3 extra chapters from the original version. So, and there's nothing altered or changed in it or anything like that. So, just a little additional information, like on the colors and how to figure out your gift, and about the gathering that happened and how they found the people and all that good stuff that was added. It's an easy read, it's a good read, and it's kind of funny. So, and if you haven't read it in a while, read it. There it is for free, right there at your fingertips. And if you've only read On the Wings of Heaven, check out the original manuscript. You'll see a major difference between the two. So, anyhow, it's free. It's on beatpeace.net. So, where are we? We're here at about 6:23. My question askers have left. How about you, Lee? Any questions? Anything that you'd like to contribute? How about Dana? Have you got any announcements or anything you'd like to contribute? Questions? It's okay if you don't. It's kind of one of those in-between weeks where we haven't had a visit in a little while, and we did a bunch of talking about those visits, so I haven't really had time to sit down and look at how last week we talked, I showed you guys where in the visits where the angels said what we were about to do. They were talking about making us whole. They gave us the wholeness stuff, and then they talked about bonding with us, and that's what's going to be happening in June. So all of the things that they gave us in between then and now is what we are to use to prepare ourselves to do these things. So, however you choose to participate, you're in. All you have to do is come claim your prize. Doesn't matter if you've only been to a gathering, or if you've never been to a gathering, or if you've been to all of them, or none of them, or some of them, or whatever. Come get your prize. There were bazillions of angels. He said trillions of angels were preparing to bond with us. So I don't know what that looks like. That's a mountain or a valley full of them. So I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what, I've never bonded with the angels before, so nobody really has. Not that I'm aware of, at least not in history that I know of. But hey, it could have happened. There's a big world. There's 7.5 billion, almost 8 billion people on the planet. There could be a variation of stuff. You never know. So Anyhow, the world is still limping around like it's trying to do something, trying to fix itself, and it's not really getting too far. So, come June, hopefully, when the Masters come together and become a cause, we can get some motion into this world to where we have a positive outlook coming in. Let's see here. Did I lose on the... Huh. I guess I don't know. I'm on still. Am I still on over there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm still on. The computer went down. That's okay. It's not down. It's just... There it is. Okay. Still going. All right. Anyhow, probably not going to stay on too much longer. Don't really see any questions. Let's see here. It's got all that. Warm weather. Yep. Nobody's asking anything. And I really don't have too much to share at the moment because really it's only been a week, and this whole week I've been busy doing personal stuff. So that was about that. We are going to go ahead and meet again next week. I will probably have something put together. It will be the 14th of... Looks like we're falling on 7, 14, 21, and 28. All digits of 7. Cool. So the 14th of March we will meet again, and well, the 28th I'll be doing live from Texas, so that might be a one to tune into. I may take a week or so off. If that happens, I will announce it on the Facebook page, the Gathered Masters Children of Light Facebook page. By the way, Utana Tossi is the manager of that page, so if you need have her join anybody or have them brought in, just go ahead and contact Utana. She's super duper gal and has been involved with a lot of gatherings and a lot of people being gathered. So, anyhow, that I don't have a whole lot more, so this is going to be a short one this week. And so we'll meet again on the 14th. And as always, my blessings, my gifts, and my deeds are of you. Bless your hearts.